rappers GQ magazine did anyway, which is a strange
a
thing to begin with. You, of all the magazines you think is going to come out with a list of worst rappers, GQ doesn't top my list. But they did, and they tapped local guys, Insane Clown Posse, as the worst rappers of all time.
You know, it's funny. Like, each week I come in here, and ICP's always, like, sort of making the news in one way or another. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, worst ever? I mean, they make a good point. I think that they argue the fact that, hey, we wouldn't be here, you know, so many years later if we were the worst ever, because there's a bunch of bad rappers out there that disappear after, you know, one record.
There's horrible rappers. Now, they played a song that they were saying, okay, this is the song that they think proves it. It's not their best work.
No, it's not. It was like a rap love ballad,
it sounded,
I guess.
Yeah, it was like a rap love song.
Got the music video with that one?
I don't know.
It's really funny if it's the song that I'm thinking of.
But it wasn't the best word. There was a lot of, like, rhyming words like sad and mad and glad.
You know, there's so many juggalos, juggalettes in town here, so, you know, we have to be careful what we say, because they'll come definitely, like, spray paint us. And,
we're on board. We're on board.
Maybe that guy that was talking about the hatchet earlier, that might have been a juggalo.
Maybe. To us, it was like, come on, I mean, it's not even close. There's so many bad rappers. There's some rappers you can't even understand what they're saying at all, like, at all. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is.
ICP Shaggy Too Dope simply said he'd like to see the editors of GQ say it to his face. Violent J, he had the better response. He told TMZ that the group has been selling rap records, rocking rap stages, and making rap for 20 years. He said, you can't rack up all that rap success for this long and still be the worst ever, as you mentioned. He said, stick to what you know, dressing preppy metrosexuals.
Yeah, I mean, magazines, they like to... I think you guys were talking about, like, the hottest girls or different lists. And the magazine business is kind of interesting because, like, let's say Miley's number one in a list. They probably worked something out with her where they had, like, a fresh sort of photo shoot, or there was a reason sort of behind it. Here, this gives a writer an ability to sort of slam, you know, people that they're never going to really write about. But this is good for GQ. GQ's getting press out of this whole thing, too. Like, you know, how often are people talking about that magazine?
Yeah, like... It just doesn't really, I don't understand why GQ is even talking about who's the best rapper. Like, I would never, if I was into rap,
read GQ?
No, I would just, it would not be where I would be.
Well, think about it, though. I mean, think about those, you know, those Birmingham guys that have their blazers on and they're going out with their jeans and their blazers and they're
Wait a second.
pumping the. That's you, BJ. No. They're you know, they're pumping the tunes.
I would not put you into the douchey realm.
This is the song, by the way. It's called Miracles, the one that they say.
This is.
If magic is all we've ever known, then it's easy to miss what really goes on. But I've seen miracles in every way, and I see miracles every day. Ocean expanding beyond my sight, and 1,000,000 stars way above them at night. You don't have to be high to look in the sky and know that's a miracle open wide. Look at the mountains, trees, the 7 seas, and everything chilling underwater, please. Hot lava, snow, rain and fog, long-necked giraffes and pet cats and dogs.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst things I've ever heard. But honestly, is that a fair representation of all their stuff?
No, this was a little different for them when this came out, and they got sort of slammed for doing it, but they were trying to go on a positive sort of tip at the time. This is like a few years ago, that song.
Yeah.
And I'm going to screw up the story. I'm sorry, you know, all you ICP fans, but, like, you know, they put it out there. Miracles is what it's called, and the video is pretty cheesy, I guess is the best way to say it. And, you know, they took a lot of their own fans were not really happy with that song and that direction.
Doesn't really, I mean, I get it. I think I seem to remember the time when they were trying to preach sort of a positive, like things have to be positive, more positive, you know, they should just stick to the negative. I mean, honestly.
That's what works for them.
That is what works for them.
The other thing is, you know, in 2 weeks, it's July 24th, Fuse TV, we talked about this before. They have a TV show where they're hosting, and they're going to be talking about, you know, lists. Like, the same thing that they're getting slammed for is what they're going to be doing. Making lists, you know, bringing out music videos, talking about entertainment news like us, all that stuff.
You know. I mean, can I say I would not tune into that? No, I can't, because there's a really good chance that I might just
you might watch
tune into
to see what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be really, really
You
funny.
never know what's going to happen.
They are out with the list of the top...